Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, the Porsche that was in the workshop has sold and it's gone. The gold one that was up there has also gone. So, I've been thinking, what can I fill this space with? So, I actually went to an auction with my brother yesterday to go and look at a Porsche 944. It's literally just up the road from me. I think it had been sitting for about 5 or 6 years. It was an automatic though, and I'm not a big fan of the auto 944s. I had one once and it didn't drive that great. But I went anyway because I thought it might go cheap. There's a couple more cars in the auction. You can see where this is going. A couple more cars in the auction that I had an eye on. Didn't really intend on buying. It was a nice MG and a Jaguar XJS 1988. We went there. The XJS came up and I thought, well, I'll go to 500 quid on it because, you know, it's a Jaguar for 500 quid. That's got to be worth it. Didn't really look at the car, so I was more looking at the Porsche. Anyway, bidding starts and starts at 400. So me and my brother go, yep, we'll bid. 420. Last call. That's it. So we won it for 420, which was just mad cheap, I thought. But we still hadn't looked at the car. So yeah, we went this morning to go and pick it up. And yeah, the brakes were seized. I didn't manage to film there because I don't think they'd really want me to film at the auction, but I got a couple of videos and the thing is so heavy. It weighs an absolute ton. It's twice the size of anything that should ever been on my trailer before. But we got it back. It's here in one piece. The transporter managed to tow it, which is pretty incredible because the thing weighs almost 2 tons. I didn't like it, but it's still going strong. It's here. Let me show you how bad it really is all round and how much Jaguar XJS you can get for 420 quid. It should run. I mean, these things are pretty reliable. But yeah, let's show you around it, get it off the trailer, see if we can get it fired up. Because as I like to do normally with my cars, I'm always the only one here on my own. So if I've got a car on the trailer, I like to try and get it running and driving on the trailer so I can drive it off. And fingers crossed, we'll be able to do it with this one. But yeah, let's get to it. Running lumpy though. Alright, the thing is running. I can't believe it. I don't know what's going on. I had no spark. And then I wiggled all these wires and I now do have spark. So there's obviously a very bad connection somewhere around here. I think this is the ignition control module. And I wiggled that and then it started going. So there's probably something bad connection wires under here. Still misfiring. Okay. That is running so smooth. All I did was give a little tap on these injectors. They'd obviously seized up. Wow. You've got quite a lot of warning lights on the dashboard. Fuel, parking brake, anti-lock brakes, and a big old orange one, whatever that means. Let's rev it up, see if the gauge is working. That's running really well. Alright, let's turn it off because I don't know if it's got any coolant in it. Alright, so whilst this thing is currently deciding to play ball and run, I'm going to try and get it off the trailer and see if it goes into gear. It's so heavy it'd probably just roll off the trailer. Also, getting this on here, I don't know if you can see how tight this thing is. There's only really like 3 centimeters in it when it gets to these bumpers going past these bars here. But if it runs and it goes into gear, we should, in theory, be able to drive this thing off the trailer. Alright, so the car is up there now. Reverse works. That's all I really know so far. Haven't tried driving it forwards yet. Thank God my friend Dan turned up just in time. I didn't jack the trailer up high enough, so the car actually got stuck here on this little lip. And I couldn't open the doors because I was past this point here and I was absolutely... Thank God he turned up. I managed to jack the trailer up a bit. So yeah, we got it out. Couple of issues. You see this big trail that started on the trailer when I pushed the brakes. So there's a rear brake line that's obviously exploded in that rear corner somewhere. But yeah, let's try and get this trailer back in its place and see if the actual gears work and we can drive this thing into the workshop. Alright, so the Jag fits in the garage. It's got about this much room left behind it to close the doors, so it is absolute monster of a thing, this car. Let's have a good look around it. I mean, as you've seen in some of the other clips, there is a lot of rust around this car. Not sure how tragic all of it really is. There's a few little bubbles there, and then these wings have got a few bubbles on them too. Someone has obviously done some welding, and I think the underneath actually looks kind of okay. I mean, you can see that door's got a bit of bubbling on it too. I don't think there's a panel on here without any rust bubbles. Some here. Back end, yeah, see that's also got a little bit of bubble in it. There, this boot lid. We're going to see if we can polish some of this paint up, because it's should polish up. I mean, this boot lid's also bubbling up on this side. In here, it looks like there has been a whole family of squirrels living in here. There is, I think, carpets. These are the carpet. I don't know what carpets these are for. They don't really look get them out of here so we can see what's going on. What's in this? Something, look at that, that's gross. It's just gross. What is this? Should have some gloves on doing this. Oh, that's the jack. Okay. Try and get that out of there. Alright. These, I think, are the carpets for the front of the car. They are pretty horrible. Let's try and hoover them, clean them up a little bit. Yeah, there you go, that's the one for the driver's side. I mean, they're in good nick. They just need a good clean. I don't know what all of these ones are for, these black ones. Another big one here. Oh, so it looks like we got spare wheel. This is my jump pack. Alright, I need to get myself a bin bag or something. Nice, but this is worrying, this sort of stuff. Oh, whole distributor. I like the bottle that just says engine oil. Doesn't tell you what type. Oh, this is gross. Gonna have to get this spare wheel out of here. This is in very good condition though. It looks like it's just resting in there. Hope there's no animals under here. Man, those wheels are very heavy. Nice long bit of rope. That'll come in handy, that will. A battery charger. It's good. Useful. That must go in the car somewhere. Well, I don't know where. Look at those. Look at all these relays. Jesus Christ. Alright, what we got in here? Something has seriously been living in here. I've never seen so much acorn debris in my life. No idea. Look at all these relays. Cigarette lighter. So many of them. I think they were in a bag by the looks of things. They were in some kind of bag, but it's been eaten. Yeah, try and get this boot looking a lot cleaner. Right, this boot floor is absolutely immaculate. There's no rust anywhere on this, which is a good sign so far. What the hell's that down there? What is that? That says Jaguar on it. What is it? Ooh, that's pretty cool, that is. That is the original toolkit for the car with absolutely everything in it. That's incredible. What's in there? That's touch-up paint. That's crazy. That's really cool. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. That's probably got to be worth something, isn't it? I don't know. Let's leave that with the car. Give it a clean up because it all smells like... Ugh. Clean all these carpets up properly. I'd like to put them through the wash actually because some of them are so bad, like this one. But I'm just going to hoover them up for now. Give them a good clean hoover. See if they can come up a little bit nicer. Alright, the boot looks okay. Pretty sure that's not how the spare wheel goes, but it's in there for now. I want to take all these carpets out and give them a deep clean, because they're not that bad. I think they will come back. I don't really know where these carpets go. These black ones, I think they might just be aftermarket ones. I'd like to clean that bag that's got the jack and everything in it. Really like that little case with all the Jaguar bits in it. Yeah, the inside, haven't cleaned it up yet, but it just looks 1,000 times better with the carpets in there. Floors in this car really aren't that bad. I haven't got it up in the air yet to have a good look, but they look, from what I can see, they're not completely rotten. I haven't actually seen any welding that needs done on the floor yet. This fuse panel, this is like the lid for the fuse panel that goes under there. Judging by how rusty it is, really does scare me about the condition of the fuse board. But I don't really know what works yet, so let's start this thing up and see what actually works and what doesn't. We know it goes into gear. I've blown a brake line down here. You see this wheel is all covered in brake fluid. One that goes just around this corner. We need to fix that before we go anywhere in this car. But yeah, let's turn it on and see what is actually working and what isn't working, because I know these things have a lot of electrical issues. Alright, so for starters, we've got the door lights, and I think it thinks that door's open. Or is it because this one's open? Oh yeah. So when the door's open, those lights come on there, I see. Unfortunately, I can't see how these turn off because these lights seem to be on all the time. So I've got to unplug the battery every time I turn it off. Interior isn't that bad in this car. I think it got 115,000 miles on it. It's quite a lot. Seats, pretty worn, but it's not awful. The passenger seat looks fine. Alright, let's fire this up. See what comes to life. Right, I've got a lot of warning lights on the dashboard. Don't know what the P. Oh, that's because it's in park. Warning light for the handbrake. No, that's for the handbrake. I don't know what the other warning light's for. Fuel is reading something. Oh no, it isn't. Fuel gauge is empty. Oil level looks a bit lower. If that's pressure, I think that should be oil pressure. Battery's charging nicely. Right, let's see. Indicators. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, we got a bad connection somewhere. What about the hazards? They do the same? Yeah. Alright, so there's a bad connection there. It's a good start. Horn. That works. Headlights. Okay, they're on. The backlights. Yeah, they're working. Number plate lights aren't working. Headlights. Yeah, they're on. What else have we got? Main beam. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Yeah, nothing's happening when I pull that. Right, so I've got nothing happening on the main beam at all. What else have we got? We know the windows work. This radio, does that work? Nope. Nothing comes on there. Alright, so we got fuel. Average fuel, average distance, average speed, time, which is just the time. I shouldn't have pushed that many times. Display, reset. So it's all on 0 at the moment, by the looks of things. Yeah, change it from miles to kilometers there. It's pretty cool. Fan. Oh, made a noise. Working, it's squealing a bit. What's got in here? What's this? Huh. Oh, there's a little mirror. That's pretty cool. Nothing in there by the looks of things. I keep driving this thing in and out, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it for much longer. There's a big sort of trail of brake fluid that is appearing from where this pipe's leaking down here. So I think the next thing we're going to have to do is jack this up and try and fix that broken pipe. Let's get a good look under here. First impressions. It's not too bad. It looks like someone's done a lot of work in here in the past. Yeah, it looks like it's had this bit welded up. And they've done a pretty good job. Bit crispy in this corner. Down there. Not awful. But I think the exhaust is blowing there. Nothing that can't be fixed. These springs are a bit rusty. But they don't look tragic. They're not snapped or anything. It looks like it's had a fairly new caliper. Oh yeah, the brakes on these, they're obviously not at the wheel. It's got 2 disc brakes, one either side, deep inside the axle. Not a terribly easy thing to service, but that caliper does look fairly new in there. Disc has quite a lot of pitting on it, but I think it hasn't moved for years, so that could be why. But yeah, the subframe, again, crispy, but not rotten by the looks of things. The mounts look good. Yeah, let's get the wheel off the other side and have a look. Oh yeah, the main reason we're in this side is because this brake line here. I'd like to replace the whole line, but it looks like it goes the whole length of the car. Doesn't look terribly easy. There's a bit of rust there. Scrape that back and see how bad that is. Doesn't look awful from what I can see, but looks a bit worse on the camera than it does in person. This side again, very similar. Really, really clean. And underneath, I mean, there's a little bit of rust there, but it's nothing tragic. It's had a lot of work done by the looks of things. It looks like there's been a patch there maybe. Mounts look good. The springs look, again, pretty rusty, but not broken. I have just sanded these back a little bit just to see how bad these fuel lines are. I think they'll be okay. Just rub a bit of them. I'll just rub a bit of rust protection over them. They're solid enough. They're not pitted too far. I think everything down here needs a bit of protection. I'm wondering, I keep seeing adverts for that Lano Guard stuff. I don't know if that stuff's any good. I feel like I'm going to buy some wax oil or Lano Guard or something. Maybe spray that all underneath here. Caliper back there looks fairly new. So I think this thing had some work done to it before it was laid up. Alright, so I need to sort the brake line out in that corner, and I really can't wait to give this thing a proper mop and polish. I think it's going to come up really nice. I know it's got a lot of bubbles and stuff in places, but I think the paintwork is actually going to come back quite nicely. We've had a good look around the back, and I'm really, really surprised at the condition of it. It's really solid. I can't actually see any welding that I need to do currently. I think I'm going to save the polishing and the cleaning for the next video. I think I need to get it right up in the air and get to the brake line, so that's going to be the next thing. That, mop and polish, and make this thing look pretty presentable. And what do you think? Do you think this is... Can't quite see it. It barely fits in this room. Do you think this is going to be our winter project? When I first got this car, I was thinking I'm not a fan of them. I've never really delved into the world of them. But the more I've looked at it, it's really growing on me, and I don't know why. It's just something about sort of luxuriousness of it. I know it's old and knackered, but the more I look at it, the more I go underneath and see the condition of it, the more I'm actually thinking this could be a salvageable car. I know that all the bits like this are going to be absolutely filled with filler, but judging by the amount of work that was done underneath, the thing looks like it's been kept quite fairly well over the years. But yeah, what do you think this should be our winter project? Would you like to see this back on the road, or shall I flip it? Because I've got no money in it at the moment at all, and I reckon I could probably sell it running and driving 1,500 quid. So I can make £1,000 quite easily, which is normally what I do. But with this, do you think this should be our winter project? Let me know. Yeah, and in the next video, this thing is going to have an absolutely huge transformation. I'm pretty sure it's going to look so much better. But yeah, stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see that happen, and I'll see you guys in the next one.